Norman Rockwell was one of America's most beloved and influential artists. His work often depicted everyday scenes of American life, capturing the spirit and values of 20th century America. Rockwell's exceptional talent lay in capturing nuances, expressions, and subtle emotions. Each face tells a tale of its own. This ability to depict relatable, flawed, and expressive characters resonated with 20th century America, and they fell in love. Rockwell captured the humorous, intimate essence of Americans at work, experiencing puberty, breaking rules, gossiping, bonding, and more. If you grew up in America during the first half of the 20th century, chances are you would be very familiar with Norman Rockwell's work. Rockwell's first cover on the Saturday Evening Post appeared on the 20th of May 1916. Boy with Baby Carriage. The young boy was dressed in a tie, a jacket, and a fastened-on derby hat, pushing a baby carriage past two of his mocking friends, who are off to play baseball. The baby's mother has placed a bottle in the babysitter's jacket pocket, with a bottle teat peeking out of the top, adding to the poor boy's humiliation. And for the next 47 years, he created hundreds of iconic covers for this popular magazine, which helped shape the visual image of American culture. Rockwell described the magazine as the greatest shop window in America, and through his work with the Post, Rockwell became a celebrity in his own right. Rockwell's The Rookie, painted in 1957 for the Post, was sold for $22.56 million at Christie's in May 2014. In November 2015, Norman Rockwell visits a country editor, which was painted for the 25th of May 1946. Issue sold for $11.6 million. The 1951 painting, Saying Grace, broke auction records when it was sold at Sotheby's for $46 million. But Rockwell did have a serious side, and he often surprises his massive fan base by making pictures that cut deep. Rockwell's most recognizable and enduring work is The Four Freedoms. During World War II, Rockwell was 47. Too old to enlist, he still wanted to make a personal contribution to war efforts. He translated the core messages of Roosevelt's Four Freedoms speech into a series of impactful paintings which came to represent the essence of American values. These became the well-known Four Freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom from want, freedom from fear, freedom of religion. His later paintings from the 1960s and 70s advocated for freedom of speech and civil rights movement. And even his most playful compositions often hinted at shifting gender roles, class divides, democratic values, and acceptance of all races and religions. The Problem We All Live With demonstrates his evolution as an artist, and in particular, the story of Ruby Bridges, the first black child to desegregate the all-white William Frantz Public School in New Orleans. The painting shows a young black girl being escorted into school, enduring a volley of tomatoes in a corridor marked by hateful graffiti. Rockwell was sidelined by critics during the heights of modernism. If he felt least understood during the abstract expressionist movement, he had a sense of humor about it, creating paintings such as The Connoisseur, a work that features an uncannily accurate take on a Jackson Pollock drip painting. His classical art foundation was best shown in the iconic Rosie the Riveter. It is more than just a powerful symbol of women's wartime contribution. It's also a subtle yet deliberate nod to one of the masterpieces of the Renaissance, Michelangelo's portrayal of the prophet Isaiah on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Think about Norman Rockwell's famous 1960s self-portrait. It's a thoughtful look at his different roles: the artist, the guy observing the world, and the public persona. He even added a bit of a joke, saying his glasses were fogged, so he couldn't accurately see his own homely, lanky reflection. Rockwell loved adding subtle details. Take the helmet on his easel. He bought it in a Parisian antique shop, thinking it was an ancient relic, only to realize later that it was a modern firefighter's gear. It's a sort of little reminder not to be taken in by how things first appear. And by including tiny versions of self-portraits by masters like Dürer, Rembrandt, and Van Gogh, Rockwell engages in a visual conversation with a rich history of self-portraiture in art. In the end, Norman Rockwell wasn't just drawing pictures. He was a masterful storyteller. He showed us that art could be both deeply relatable and incredibly insightful, crafting a vivid narrative of America that captivated millions. All while subtly exploring the ideals and realities of his era. He left behind a legacy that continues to define and challenge the American collective memory. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Check out the description for more exclusive content. See you in our next video.